Hi, my name is Tim, and today I will be informing you all about the amateurism code of the NCAA and why its strict policies can really limit my happiness. Happiness. What is happiness? Happiness in the dictionary is defined as glad or joy, mental or emotional state of well-being, defined by a pleasant or positive emotion. But personally, I perceive happiness as doing the things you love most in life, spending time with family, with friends, buying and receiving stuff, mostly receiving stuff for me. But when you stop receiving support from your friends and family because of entering and playing at a college level, that's when my happiness gets tested. People nowadays love getting paid for what they do. But athletes' only form of payment from their college or university is education. Well, why is that when the NCAA every year makes multi-billions of dollars off the student athlete? Being a student athlete and playing in the NCAA, I know the process of amateurism, the NCAA's code and ethics, and what you need to abide by in order to compete and be eligible. I hope you understand by the end of this some insight of what an athlete goes through. Amateurism and its policies the NCAA has placed, the NCAA's difficulties with trying to make a process of compensating the athlete further past education. Amateurism, what is it? Amateurism in the dictionary is defined as the practice, quality, or character of an amateur or amateurish performances. That's pretty much meaning you're not getting paid for anything you do, and you're not receiving anything of monetary value or anything purchased with monetary value. You're not receiving any support outside of your immediate family. Yes, that means your fifth cousin can't send you money just because he wants to send you money because the NCAA investigates all that, and it could cause some confusion. Amateurism is the NCAA's bedrock principle, what they pride themselves on. NCAA's main focus is to preserve an academic environment in which the student athlete realizes that education is its #1 priority. Education first, sports second, or as my coach once told me, education first, sports second. Amateurism started off and was first introduced in a 1906 convention. And in that convention, the principles that were introduced are pretty much the core and the foundation of what amateur is in the NCAA to this day. The NCAA prides itself on its student athletes' academic success in the classroom. Last year, the national average GPA for a student athlete was 2.56. The NCAA also prides itself on the quality and equalness each student athlete has. Let me give you a situation regarding a violation of amateurism and an end result of being ineligible for the season opener in 2012. And this is on UCLA's team. In the NCAA article 2012, UCLA's Muhammad ineligible, freshman Shabazz Muhammad was highly recruited out of high school, and 80 minutes prior to the season opener, he was deemed ineligible for violating amateurism, for receiving special benefits back in high school during his AAU team. AAU is pretty much what basketball players do during the off-season of their high school or middle school sport, consisting of ages 12 to 18 and up. But he was deemed ineligible prior to entering the NCAA. He had not played 1 minute. Why do you ask that? Because being in the NCAA, they want to make sure you go into the NCAA knowing that you're an amateur, knowing that you already are an amateur, so you will abide by the rules. And that consists of not receiving anything of monetary value or not receiving special benefits or support, and they investigate all that. Investigations for amateurism could take weeks and even months. As you can see, he graduated high school, let's say, in the summer, and it didn't occur until the end of fall, late November, that he was deemed ineligible. So it could take weeks and even months. And it's still difficult to this day for the NCAA to manage because of it applies to national or nationwide athletes and it's international students. But the NCAA isn't always the bad guy. Paying student athletes sounds good, but how would that come into effect and what would it take to make it happen? Every athlete would tell you that they would like to get paid, but every student athlete performs differently. Complications may arise if you try paying them equally. If you do pay them equally, is it for the same division, the same conference, the same grade level? If you decide to not pay them equally, is it because of their level of performance, or because of their conference, or their division? And should you pay them with tax-free, getting the stipend from the government, or from their college, or should they receive federal tax? In conclusion, you can see the challenges the NCAA faces each year, from dealing with eligibility to maintaining that eligibility, redefining its policies so you know what you can and can't do, and the process to paying athletes and how difficult it could be. What I hope you take away is some understanding in how amateurism works, its purpose, and what is it going to take to pay an athlete in the future. Thank you for your time.